Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story, shock, horror. UAE temperatures have dipped after record heat.
And Dubai court awards 100,000 dirhams after a WhatsApp fight turns violent.
We're going to talk about Noor stars who had a Fairytale engagement in Dubai this weekend.
And later on the show, we're going to be joined by Emirati stand-up comedian Abs Ali talks first, social media, finding and healing through humor.
In today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 32 to 43 degrees. It's pretty cool outside. It's wild inside because today is
Labubu
Day! We are so excited. We have 12 Labubus to give away from the guys at TLT. That's Little Things. Is currently the only official authorized retailer for POP MART Labubu dolls in the UAE. They've got Labubus from 79 dirham, which is very affordable. And today we're going to be giving away 12
lucky winners.
Labubus. And our whole office is devastated, sorry Israel, because they can't take them. They're such hot property. So
we kept them in a safe then.
We hid them.
Yeah, we hid them.
They had to be hid last night. Okay, so if you would like to get your hands on these Labubus, what we're going to do is we want it to be very fair for everyone that's joining now and that for everyone who will join in a little bit. So we're going to have 3 trivia questions that go live throughout the show. We're going to start soon, and just answer one of those for your chance to win. And we'll have 3 questions happening throughout the show and 4 winners per question. The odds are in your favour. There's only like 70 people online.
Come on. Are you into the Labubu craze? Were you influenced? Or by blind boxing in general?
I think for me, it's like, you know, when Crocs came and like 3 years later, I was like, okay, cool, Crocs are cool. So I think I'm still on the turning point, but I love the hype. So this is blind boxing as well? How does that make sense?
Blind boxing, yeah. So you have multiple options. You have 6 options. I don't know if you can see it. You have 6 options, okay? And you do a little bit of blind boxing. This is why it has such a big hype, because the anticipation, the wait, you want to get a specific color. Will you get it or will you not get it?
Oh my gosh. So people who are joining in now, they want specific ones. Why do you want a specific one? Like, why is Dada better than Zizi? Oh, Zizi is so cute.
Zizi is so cute. I would want to have, not Cici, Zizi. Yeah, Zizi. Yeah. There's Cici also.
Oh, there's Cici.
I mean, if you're into the butter yellow trend, you would want Cici.
I think I'd just take all of them just for like the street cred at this point.
A lot of people, there's this one specific one that's a bit rare.
Okay.
And it was sold, someone tried to sell it out of 500 dirhams. 500 dirhams.
Fair enough, because like you see the queues
what an investment.
At the weekend.
We need to invest in Labubus, Casey.
True. Absolutely. I'm behind it. But can you explain that a bit more? So these boxes will sometimes have different dolls in them. So when you see the box in the store with the specific...
You don't know what you're getting.
You don't know what you're getting. And when you're in the store, do you buy a box or do you buy one?
Depending on you. I would buy only ones that I can't be spending a lot of money on blind boxing.
I think that's why people are joining. A little bit of history about the Labubus.
Okay.
They started back in 2015. That's when these Labubus came onto our land, from where we don't know. But they only became super popular in April 2024. A member of Blackpink, Lisa, you can see her here, she posted about her collection, and it went so phenomenally viral that POP MART, which is where these are from, and Little Things are bringing them into the country, they made $871 million last year, thanks to this lady.
But how crazy is it that one person can have such a big influence on a business? This is why influencer marketing is not a bad thing, after all.
Yeah, I mean, power of influencer plus the trend of that kidult. They call it a kidult trend of like adults still wanting to feel
like a kid.
Cutesy. Yeah.
Someone said something really funny. Soon you'll be paying Dubai rents with Labubus. If you invest right now,
Crypto today, Labubu tomorrow.
Labubu tomorrow.
So true. Okay, should we give people the first question?
Yes, let's do it. Okay. This is an easy one. Who wrote Romeo and Juliet? Go ahead, you'll answer. No cheating.
You know what I was thinking? When we were going through the questions, I was like, will people need to go and Google the answer so that you leave the live? I think this is...
We can see if people are leaving the live.
We know if you're leaving, you don't know. We'll find it.
Oh, Shakespeare!
Oh. Is that correct? Some
Can
interesting...
Give us the full name.
We'd rather a full name.
Give us a full name.
Otherwise, you're just guessing.
Yeah.
You're just
Don't
guessing.
copy each other's answers, please.
That's an easy one.
That's an easy one.
Is that
But give us the full name.
The full name.
Oh.
So like we said, there's going to be 4 winners of this question after the next...
Full name, guys. A lot of people are just putting his last name.
Don't be lazy. After the next news segment, we'll move on to the next question and the next question, and we'll give away 4 and 4. Would you have known this one?
Yeah, of course. Because I'm so good at general... I'm joking.
I wouldn't know much English literature, but I studied this in school. So.
Oh, makes sense.
And there was the movies.
I don't know all of the literature Sarah has, just because this one is a really famous one and everyone knows Romeo and Juliet. We're making it easy for you guys to win. We love you guys.
Would you say we've started easy, though?
I would say because of the amount of love that we have for the people we want to give them Labubus.
Labubus.
We're giving them easy questions.
Labubus. I don't think the next one is easy. Let's jump in to our top story of the day. UAE temperature has dipped after a record heat.
So after days of blistering heat, the UAE residents can finally expect some relief. A senior meteorologist from the National Center of Meteorology confirmed that temperatures will dip by 4 Celsius to 5 Celsius this week, thanks to weakening low-pressure system that had pushed hot desert air across the region.
So classic. It's roasting at the weekend, we're out and about, and then during the week it gets cooler. So the recent heat wave that we all experienced and felt in our bones was caused by thermal pressure moving from the south, which drove temperatures up to a record for May, 51.6 degrees Celsius in Swayhan Al Ain, the hottest May day recorded in the UAE since 2003.
Coastal and western areas are already feeling cooler, and a broader drop is expected by Tuesday, which is today. But it's not over. Expect temperatures to rise again briefly on May 29th before dipping once more on May 31st and June 1st.
The NCM says back and forth pattern is rare but not unheard of in the region. So if you are noticing the slight reprieve from the heat, you're not alone. The temperature has changed from the weekend. The weekend was super duper hot, and now it's a little bit cooler.
It's a bit cooler. I was sitting outside yesterday.
Yeah, and the mornings it's not
too hot, yeah. But it's still hot, but like
we're managing.
I would say I will start sitting strictly indoors when it hits June.
Yeah. This weekend
I need to avoid the sun either way.
Yeah, me too. It's brown though. You've got a colour. It's not the burn.
Yeah, I'm trying to cover it. Away from the sun.
This weekend was much too hot. It was like, wow, this is what I remember summer to be like, and it's already here. But luckily, it was just a bit of a rise in temperatures.
It was only a heat wave. Don't worry, guys. We still have a long way to go.
Okay, next question for the Labubu's giveaway. As we said, we're dipping in and out of each story to bring you one question. 4 correct answers to the question will win the coveted Labubu. It will be all yours. Now, to the next question.
Casey, do the honors.
In what year did Lovin Dubai start?
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun. I'm just going to see if I Google that, what comes up. We got a lot of answers into the first one. It was,
Yeah. You guys, moving on. Yalla, next question.
Gemini knows the answer to this question. And we ask because it's a significant year for us this year. That's why it's particularly relevant, I would say.
Bravo. Good hint.
Good hint. And other homegrown UAE brands are also celebrating a similar milestone this year. I would say.
You can look at the answers.
Ujwal just said, I know the answer.
Ujwal, we're very sorry, but you're not allowed to win.
No one in the office is allowed to win. And
Yeah,
friends
hands
of ours
off.
can't win either. It's like rules of the prize and rules of the competition.
We're fair.
It's like in stock trading. It's as strict as that. If you know someone within the company, it's like if we were giving away a big prize to the Maldives or Labubu, similar excitement. Your friend can't win. And if your friend...
I wish I could win.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
wish I want a Labubu.
You
But
can get into the queues at Little Things on Saturday. Did you see the massive queue at the mall?
God, I would wait for it to wear out of the bed. I cannot wait in queues.
I'd say the queue moves quickly.
True. But if they're selling it at 79 dirhams,
It's like,
I'd be there.
and they're the official authorized seller, and it's
Exactly.
from 79 dirhams. Oh my
We
God,
have a
some
lot of
answers coming
answers.
in. Love to see them. Love to see them. Some correct. Some...
we had some people answered first.
It's not about the speed. It'll be, the names will be, all of these names popped into a random generator.
Yeah.
And we'll bring you the winner.
Don't worry, guys.
Okay, let's jump into our next story of the day.
Dubai court awards 100,000 dirhams after WhatsApp fight turns violent. A heated WhatsApp exchange in Dubai ended in tragedy and a major court ruling. An Arab expat has been awarded 100,000 dirhams in compensation after permanently losing vision in one eye during a violent altercation with an Asian man.
The conflict began when the man sent an offensive message via WhatsApp, prompting the recipient to retaliate with a punch that caused a detached retina, leaving him with 35% loss of vision in that eye.
Following a criminal trial, the Arab man was fined 1,000 dirhams for digital abuse, while the assailant received 6 months in prison and a deportation order, a verdict upheld by the Court of Appeal and Cassation. The victim then filed a civil lawsuit seeking 150,000 dirhams for physical and emotional damage.
With the attacker absent from proceedings, the civil court awarded 100,000 dirhams plus 5% interest, recognising the serious lasting harm and the impact on the victim's dignity and livelihood. We very rarely see physical altercations in this country.
See it, yeah.
And I think it's because...
The strict laws. Strict laws, most
strict
importantly.
laws, true. But because we're such a safe environment online, because of the strict laws, that even online,
you get a fine.
you can't say, like, we remain on the, we remain positive, and we know what we can and can't say in terms of another person. You don't spread lies. You don't say negative things to another person online. Then you definitely are not going to do it in public.
Literally.
And therefore, we have less of these types of altercations.
100%
Thankfully.
I agree with you. Thank God, by the way, because I've heard a lot of stories, and some people may think it's a bit of an exaggeration or it's a bit too dramatic, but I think it's important to maintain a safe digital environment because such things can be avoided. I'm sure you've heard stories of people getting fined and getting court rulings because they sent a text message over WhatsApp. So you need to be very careful, and not just only WhatsApp, Google reviews as well. So no defamation.
So true.
No defamation.
And I feel safer on that because I'm not the way we talk about internet trolls, and I know people who go into comments sometimes to intentionally...
hurt someone, yeah.
Not even to hurt one person in particular, but they intentionally rile up a comments, right? It'll be on the Brits in Dubai Facebook group, and someone will intentionally drop something triggering to start that. I would never... I'm one of those people who just hates confrontation in any way. So the fact that there's laws that protect me against anyone else doing that to me is perfect.
This reminds me of cancel culture, how people rile up and they gather to attack one person just to cancel them, massive unfollowing.
It's so
massive
wrong.
Comments, and sometimes people receive death threats.
It's so wrong.
Really wrong.
I think there's depending on what the person has done, there's ways in real life for them to
deal with it. Yeah.
To deal with it, but the cancel culture thing, I think it's
harsh.
I think it's wrong because a lot of people jump on the bandwagon without the context and the knowledge of what's actually happened, and in some cases, the person might deserve it, but in other cases they don't, and it's not fair.
I mean, there are certain cases, like you said, there are certain cases where I agree with cancel culture, but massive unfollowing for something that, depending on the case, of course, but the death threats and attacking in comments. I am not with it.
Yeah, I agree.
I am not. I hate cancel culture. I think everyone deserves a second chance.
Imagine. I can't even get into the death threats. So.
No, it's crazy, the death threats.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'll just message this person like, I will kill you. What is that?
Yeah, I wouldn't even. So we're so blessed to be in this country where those strict laws, both online and off, are in place. So many great answers coming in, but we're going to jump into our next question, the last question of the day for you to get your hands on a Labubu. By the way, Masa, when you have a Labubu, what do you do with it?
Okay, it depends on you. It's like a keychain. You can use it to put it on your bag.
They're big, no?
That's the thing. Have you seen those memes where people are like, they're trying to steal your bag and they have a lot of Labubus? Like, no, this is expensive.
Take the Birkin, not the Labubu.
I don't have money in my wallet. I have Labubus. That's enough of an investment. Come on.
They're so cutesy.
But you can put them on your desk. You can look at them. You can add them to your collection.
So nothing. I'm joking.
Maybe a lucky winner will get the secret Labubu.
Oh.
Hopefully. I'm hopeful for you guys.
And also, what age range? Or is it like
all
teenagers?
age range?
Because I know I've seen like Caroline Stanbury, Nina Ali. They all have Labubus and they're, professional women. But I just wonder, is it like kids as well?
It's kids, adults, teenagers. Everyone.
Everyone loves Labubus.
Everyone loves Labubus.
But they divide the public because we announced this competition onto, for example, our WhatsApp group. So if you check the Lovin Dubai WhatsApp group, people can only respond with emojis. So we got some happy emojis and then we got some like thumbs down emojis because they're very divisive.
But that's the thing. Like, what is there to hate about Labubus?
It's like, why are these small teddies making $817 million?
Just like matcha.
It's a trend.
It's a trend.
Riddle me that.
Just like Pokemon cards. Did we ever attack you for the Pokemon cards? Exactly.
Is it a different?
It's just a different. This is bigger and actually tangible, Pokemon cards, you can easily lose.
Are you going to talk to Pokemon holders? I will say Pokemon cards have longevity. Let's talk in a few years about the Labubu trend.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so many great answers coming through. We have one more question of the day. So the first question was, who wrote Romeo and Juliet? The second question was, when did Lovin Dubai start? And the final question of the day to win one of 12 Labubus
is... What year was iPhone made?
I'd have to Google that. Apart from the fact that I helped with the questions, I'd have to Google it. I'm trying to remember. What year was iPhone? Are you Googling? I know now.
I'm just making sure, okay?
Yeah, me too. But don't leave the live. Just guess.
Guess, guys. Don't leave the live. I can see people leaving.
When did you get your first iPhone?
At the age of...
What year?
What year did I get my first iPhone? Can I do some calculation once again? Why do you have to ask me what year? Can I say what age?
You can say what age and we can work
14.
back. Okay, and you're 24 now.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
2015.
Sorry. That was so easy.
No, but you know when I make maths blanket numbers and I'm generally wrong, and then in 5 minutes someone's gonna be like, Casey, that's actually 2020. You got that wrong. What year was iPhone made? A lot of answers. My friend got their first iPhone in 2009. I got mine in like 2019.
Wow.
I was an Android through and through.
Really?
And I got an iPhone as a gift, so I changed, but I was always Android. And I still vouch for the Android. It's really good.
Do you like Androids?
I did.
I don't like Androids.
They do the same thing.
It's just the camera quality for iPhone is better.
I disagree on that, but I like that this matches my laptop, so they're connected. And then I understand where the photos are going.
We're about to have like an Android versus iPhone debate. That's a long debate.
I'm on the fence. I don't like. They both work.
You
They
know
both
what?
make phone calls. They're both expensive.
They're both expensive. They're both new. They're both advanced. You know what? Just have whatever phone you want.
Yeah.
Just have whatever phone you want, really.
I'm waiting for the day for some of the prices to come down. I remember being in Thailand in like 2009. So it was quite soon after the iPhones were released, and I had the fake ones. My friends were buying them, and they
Fake
were
iPhones?
Yeah,
Is that possible?
They had these apps, but we didn't really know what apps were. There was like 4 on the screen, and it worked when we were in this like random market in the evening, surrounded by all these crazy gadgets and things that you could buy, all fakes, and like just wild things that you just wouldn't see in Ireland. And then we brought the iPhone back to where we were hanging out, and then he had given us like something totally different. It was basically like this kid's toy. We're like, oh, we've been done. We've been done.
Fake iPhones? How did they look? Did they look real?
They were different at the time. I wouldn't have known what an iPhone was. Like my friends were buying these contraptions. I had no idea what they were buying. I didn't understand. I can't wait to look back at the show in 10 years and think how silly.
So silly. You know what? Nokia was the best.
Which one?
Nokia.
Yeah, take me back to the Nokia days, Snake.
The snake game.
Lots of great answers coming in. Some people know their iPhone trivia. Next and final story of the day. Noor Stars had a Fairytale engagement in Dubai this weekend. Dubai's favourite influencer, Noor Stars, had a total Fairytale engagement, and it all went down by the iconic Burj Khalifa, complete with a live performance from Syrian superstar Nassif Zeytoun.
And of course, Noor was surrounded by some very famous friends. Chris Fade, Brianna Fade were there, along with Dubai Bling Safa and beauty mogul Muna Katan. Only in Dubai, right?
Only in Dubai. And this looks to me like the wedding.
Yeah, I know, right? And it was only the engagement party.
But
she looks so good. Look at her.
Yeah,
she's glowing.
she looks amazing. So amazing and so happy. And so I think if, there's so many famous people and so many cameras and things, but she just looks like she's having a great time.
She looks like she's having so much fun.
If you could have any performer at your wedding.
Okay, my dream, I don't know if people would know him. That's the thing.
Go on.
He's an Arab singer.
Go on.
Should we try?
Yeah.
I want Omar Abdullah at my wedding.
Could you
explain?
No. Could you sing is there like a song in particular?
He sings I don't know how to explain it. How would I say what is his genre of music? I want to make sure I'm getting it right. Like traditional Dabke music.
Traditional what type of music?
Dabke music, folklore.
Okay.
Yeah, like very.
But could you sing
authentic.
something? Could you recreate it?
That's hard. He's a Jordanian singer. I think a lot of people won't agree with me if I say Omar Abdullah. I swear to God, if you get him at his wedding, it'll be so fun. And he's expensive, by the way. It's not cheap.
How much?
From what I heard, I'm not sure if it's true. So don't hold it against me. I heard it was 100,000K.
Dirhams?
Yeah.
Wow. It seems to be a thing
100,000K. Wow. Sorry. 100K, guys.
100, yeah. It seems to be more of a thing in weddings that I see in this region that they have professional singers.
Yeah, I know.
Like, unless you're Nicole Richie or Paris Hilton, you don't have like a superstar at your wedding, but it's more common here. Like, imagine.
It is more common. I want Omar Abdullah at my wedding.
Okay, let's manifest that for you.
Or Asi Halani. Nareen's beauty inspired me, honestly. I want to have Asi Halani at my wedding.
I don't know who that is.
But she had him, he was big.
Give us some suggestions for who you'd love at your wedding. Okay, so Labubu competition over. We have so many responses.
Winners.
We also have Ujwal in the back who's been furiously getting all of the names. We'll pop them into a random generator and we'll announce later today on our Instagram stories who is the winner of these Labubus. And they'll all go to a good... Congratulations already. They'll all go to a good home, we promise. Next up, we're talking all things stand-up comedy with local comedian Abs Ali. We're going to talk first social media and how to deal with mental health through humour. Stay tuned. He'll be with us after this short break. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Show. He's a dentist who tells jokes, and yes, he's great at both. Today's guest is Abs Ali. He hit the stand-up comedy stage at just 17, and today he's using comedy to talk about mental health in a way that's raw, real, and will make you laugh. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank
you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me. It's too early for me usually. I mean,
Raw answers only. What
Raw
do you think
answers.
of Labubus?
they're cute. I just don't understand the hype. As a dentist, I like that they got their teeth out. But I don't know. I wouldn't own one. I saw you guys were giving out some.
There's so much hype around them.
Yeah. I mean, as a business, as an Emirati entrepreneur, how much money can we make out of this?
Would you
lot.
invest in Labubus?
Right now, yeah, but then I'm waiting for the. I'm 10 steps ahead. I'm thinking about the next Labubu. You are here. I'm 6 months ahead.
I'm already there.
You say Emirati entrepreneur. Can you? And we mentioned you're a dentist and a stand-up.
Yeah.
Can you give people a roundup of like everything, just in case we've missed something?
No, I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't want anyone to. Don't take any financial advice from me. I'm not the person. I have 2 jobs to finance my Emirati lifestyle, so that's why I'm doing stand-up and dentistry. But I would advise you to buy Labubu for your partner's birthday. That's all I can advise you to do.
Buy gold or Labubus?
And gold is a good investment strategy, but don't take any advice from me.
Get both as gifts, maybe.
both.
Yeah, get a Labubu dressed in gold to make it
That's a
unique,
smart
right?
one.
Do you guys have Labubus or? No.
Sadly, no.
Wow.
But I am, and I'm really influenced by that boxing craze.
Okay.
So I try other things.
See, I feel bad because if I bought a Labubu, I would want to preserve its Labubu-ness in the box.
Labubu-ness?
Yeah.
You would keep it in the box?
I feel like it's like you can't just expose your Labubu to anyone, right? It feels like a rare.
I feel it,
It feels like that's not what I meant, but it's such a rare. It feels like a rare commodity to me. Like, are they always sold out? I haven't followed. Okay,
They're
It
really
needs to
hard
be
to get your hands on, but
right?
people are putting them on there. They're like a status symbol. So first you have your Birkin, and then you add your Labubu.
Yeah, to me it was like
I need
back
to
in my
get-
day it was Pokemon cards, and then right?
This is what I was
You were
saying.
saying the same thing, yeah. So to me it was Pokemon cards. Now it's Labubu.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, it's like it was NFTs at one point. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
Someone should do a Labubu NFT. That's an investment advice.
Someone who spent a lot of money on NFTs should talk to us because I just feel like they've just gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many Emirati stand-ups we've ever had on this show.
I don't
Yeah,
know
there are very
either.
few.
Yeah.
You're very rare.
We mysteriously disappear under circumstances. No.
How did you get into it at 17 years old?
So when I was, any of you born and raised in Dubai? No, none of it. So
I was raised in Dubai, but I wasn't born here.
which school did you go to?
It was in Sharjah, though, would you know?
Yeah, I would. Sharjah American or?
At Sharjah American International
Yeah, I
School.
knew it. There's only
How did he know?
anyone. Okay, so anyone who was in Sharjah went to Sharjah American School. Anyone who was born in Abu Dhabi was born in Corniche Hospital. Anyone who was born in Dubai went to like 5 schools in the 90s, and then now obviously there's a lot of gems everywhere.
I came here as an Irish teacher. Where did I teach?
You taught in probably Abu Dhabi first.
Yes!
Khalifa City. I'm a mentalist. I can.
Khalifa City.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm trying to think. I can't get that. I'm still new. I work in Abu Dhabi, so I've only been there for 7 years. So I'm still learning these things. I love learning about different nuances. But comedy, I watched the stand. So when we were growing up, we had these things called network cafes where you'd play like Counter-Strike or video games. And then I was bored one day and I was they had a section called comedy. I'm like, what is this? Could be like a comedy movie. And I watched Dave Chappelle Killing Them Softly, his special, and that was the first exposure to stand-up. And I was like, oh, people can do this. Great, because I look like Harry Potter, and I'm the quiet guy in class, and I'm not that popular, and I like to tell jokes, so maybe one day I could do this. And then 2 years later, my current manager, Jamil Abu Warda, brought The Axis of Evil, which is a comedy group from America with Middle Eastern background. So Maz Jabrani, Aaron Kader, Ahmed. And they did a tour around the Middle East, and that was the first proper exposure to the Middle East with stand-up. So I got to do like 2 minutes in AUD, like randomly. It wasn't even planned, because I just met Maz in the bathroom, and you have to be a student. So I met Maz in the bathroom. I'm like, I'm a big fan. Can I please get on stage, please? This is my dream. I've been dreaming about it. He's like, yeah, just yell out my name. And then like opportunity, what is that saying? Opportunity is luck meets, I probably messed this up, none of you guys. You're a teacher, help me please.
I know where you're getting at. Like
Yeah.
luck meets grabbing it.
Yeah.
Grabbing it,
Yeah, there's a, yeah, so they intertwined and I was lucky enough. That was my first experience.
Can you remember your
Do you
first
remember your
joke
first-
when you
I
went
remember
on
my,
stage?
but they were like dumb jokes. Like I would do a Kermit the Frog impersonation, something about people being bankrupt from buying Starbucks because everyone's like complaining they don't have money.
Can we hear one night now?
You want to hear Kermit the Frog here? I'm here in Lovin Dubai and it's fantastic. No Miss Piggy because she's haram. And yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, I didn't really work on it much, guys. So
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh! So
yeah.
you went on stage because they say stand-up takes, like preparation, practice. Like how much preparation, practice would you put into a stand-up now?
now, I mean, some of the jokes I've written, like I've got them memory, like, and I'm a very specific person. Like if I write my jokes, I'll write pause here, excitedly, exclamation, like I put punctuations and everything, and like to the T, because I'm very specific with that. A lot of stand-up comedians are like that. They carefully choose their words. People don't realize that stand-up comedians are critical thinkers. It's not just observing stuff. But but a lot of the time I do crowd work. Like the beginning is nice to do crowd work. Everyone's like, you have to state the obvious, right? Like if someone's dressed up in a funny way, you go, oh, I love this. Or if someone's got a Labubu, you're like, who brought their Labubu to a comedy show, I'm worried one day someone marries these things. You know what I mean? Like there's always these...
Definitely already happened.
They're gonna put an AI inside its head.
Yeah.
I'm going to see in Lovin Dubai, like next, it's like, person in Japan marries Labubu. I'm like, of course it's in Japan, But there is a lot of preparation involved, and then there's a lot of things where you're just like naturally good at,
Do you share your personal experiences in your skits, or usually they're just scripted?
So online, I don't do the personal stuff, like the sketches, so the mock podcasts that we do with other local comedians. That's not personal, that's just a sketch. So like Key and Peele or the Chappelle Show. But on stage, yeah, recently I have, like, I'm very pro mental health. Not that I want you to have mental health issues. I'm pro breaking the stigma. Yeah, I'm not like, hey, you should have depression. But breaking the stigma, because I've suffered with that. I've had like depression and anxiety. Sorry to do a buzzkill in the morning. But I like to talk about it because comedy is the nicest way to tell the truth, I think. Also, like, people who may have like relationship issues, like I was married once and then it wasn't a great marriage, but don't want to bring the room down, guys. Yeah, but a lot of the stuff is not that. It's a lot of the stuff is like observations about growing up in Dubai, how Dubai has changed. I like to tell people, like people who came here before 2008, I consider them BBK. So do you know what that is?
What's BBK?
It's before Burj Khalifa. And then people after.
Oh wait, what's the construction of
I
Burj
love
Khalifa in
that.
Dubai?
Yeah.
BBK.
Yeah, you know how like in the West they have BC and AD? We have BBK.
BBK.
BBK and ABK.
That's so good.
Yeah, so I like to mention, like things change, and there's phases here, right? Like the amount of the different nationalities. BBK, we had one, we weren't that diverse. We only had British people. ABK, the gene pool increased. So thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You've got two careers, and one would be traditional,
Yeah.
and one would be less traditional. What were your family's thoughts on you joining comedy?
My mom was very supportive. So I was raised by a single mom, and she was very supportive. She's like, son, as long as you get a degree, you can do whatever you want. So now, and sometimes she gets annoyed by these things. Like at home, I'm always joking, and she's like, stop being a clown. I'm like, doctor. And she's like, oh yeah. Okay, that's fine. Because I don't know if you know, in the Middle Eastern families, it's like someone has to be a doctor, a lawyer, engineer.
Muhandis.
Yes, muhandis. My brother became the engineer, but my mom really pushed him to be a doctor. He didn't, so I'm like, I will take the mental for it. I will take the bullet.
Oh my gosh.
And then, and I enjoy my job. Don't get me wrong. I like dentistry, but it really, it helps close certain doors that I don't want to go into, and comedy helps open doors that I'd like to get into. So it's nice. And my mom's a funny person. I consider my mom the first Emirati stand-up comedian, but we've been on stage together a few times, but she's like, I don't know why people laugh. It's not that funny. And I'm like, no, you're hilarious. Like, we should do a show, sell it to Netflix.
Oh, nice.
It's the new Labubu craze. I would love to bring one of those ones and just see her roast the Labubu. She's like, what is this trash?
Oh, that would be funny.
Yeah.
So have you ever received backlash for anything you posted online, a skit or a post or?
No, alhamdulillah, like I've been fine. I think online we try to be very clean. There's always one person who might be offended about something silly. I'm sure, like, I don't know who these people are. I personally believe they're just random
Trolls.
wandering, trolls or just a wandering stranger, you know? It's like when you see something in a mall, you're just like, what's going on? You don't know the full picture. And you don't even finish the video, you leave a comment and then you carry on. Because everyone's like swiping mindlessly. So alhamdulillah, I haven't been in any issues and I've been doing stand-up for like almost 15 years.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, but the online stuff is when everyone kind of focuses on you and we keep it halal.
But halal, as you said on the internet, though, it's like no matter what you think is okay, there's always going to be those people who have an opinion on your work. And I always think it's so difficult for people to put their work out to the masses. So if you're a dentist, you're in your dentistry room and you know the work happens and then it's between two people, but you're actually putting your creativity out online. And you said that when you grew up, you were the quiet person in school, you were the shy person in school. So how did you build the confidence to be able to put your work out there to the public court of opinion?
Thankfully, I grew up in a neighborhood. So I grew up in Murdif, and it was still like developing at the time. And I got to hang out with a lot of boys, and we played football. And in that situation, you kind of have to stand up for yourself. So when you're doing stand-up, you're also standing up for yourself. You're like, I will sit on this hill and die on it. You know, some people have that mentality, like, no, wait a second, let me explain myself. So, and also maturing and studying abroad. Like I lived in New Zealand for like 9 years. You know, that was like a core development in my life. I was 17 till 26. You know, I got exposed to another culture and lifestyle, and you meet people from all over the world, right, with different backgrounds. So, sorry, ADD kicked in. What was your question?
Well, no, I feel like you're getting, because I had asked if you were the quiet person in school, so how you grew in confidence to be able to put your work out there in comedy.
Yeah, passion. Passion is, like, it's my dream. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys are following your dreams or if you've ever followed your dreams. I hope you have the opportunity. But I knew at 15, like, I wanted to do stand-up. I knew at 15 I wanted to be a dentist. Alhamdulillah, I was like lucky. I know other people at 15, they're like, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. But, you know, thankfully, again, opportunity is luck and timing and whatever. It just happened. And I'm blessed. I'm really blessed, and I count my blessings. And I'm happy I get to do this, because if I don't, you know, I'm disrespecting myself and maybe someone else's dream, you know. They always say that online quote, it's like you're living someone's dream right now.
Yeah,
So,
true.
and
inspiring someone online as well,
Yeah, and I want to inspire other people. You know, I wish there were more Emirati stand-up comedians, especially females. You know, that's what we're lacking. You know, we've had a few, they come and go, but they don't stay. And I understand, maybe the stigma's a bit more on them. And thankfully, I have a supportive family. Like, I can do what I do. Yeah, and because I'm doctor.
You have that title.
Yeah.
You're well set. So you recently done a show in Hong Kong to promote Arab tourism.
Yeah.
But what is the most Arab thing you've done at a non-Arab country?
I wore a kandora walking around Hong Kong. It was, we wore the full headgear, everything. Everyone was like looking, but they were really nice. They were really nice people. I was supposed to play a character of like a rich Arab guy going around Hong Kong, and then at the end we exposed that I'm not that rich. The guy kept calling me Oil King, and then I just showed him olive oil. We like olive oil, very nice. That was probably the most Arab thing I've done abroad. But they were nice, you know. I wouldn't do that in other parts of the world. I'd be tackled. Yeah. But the people in Hong Kong, they were really nice. So, yeah.
Okay.
What are the opportunities like for comedians in the UAE right now? How would you describe the comedy scene?
It's better. It's much better than when I started in 2008, 2007. Because when we first started, there were like a lot of rules and restrictions. And now there's less restrictions. And the big corporations, I think they're quite supportive. Social media really helped. The only issue I have with social media, as much as it's helped my career, is that there are really good comedians out there in the region, but they're just not good online with like doing sketches, you know what I mean? They're great writers, they're hilarious, they're amazing to watch live. They just haven't had that opportunity to go mainstream. So yeah, like alhamdulillah, like I got to do Coca-Cola Arena, I got to do Etihad Arena.
Wow.
I was with Bassem Youssef and Maz Jibrani last year for the comedy festival. And yeah, so for me at least, I've had the opportunities, but some people might say Emiratization. But let's not.
No,
it's not that. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Every podcast must feature.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, guys. I'm actually taking over their jobs in Lovin Dubai.
Someone's saying olive oil is really good.
Which one?
I agree. Olive oil is so good, you know?
Olive oil is good.
Is it local here? You make it local?
No, we don't. We import. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. It's a lot of places. Not in Ireland.
No, not in Ireland.
Yeah. You guys got the butter.
We have
Kerry's
butter.
Kerry Gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
They sell that here. Good milk, good meat.
Yeah. No, Supermax, was it?
Super nice. Irish people get it. It's like a really strong chipper, but like only at like 2 a.m.
I like how you assumed we know what a chipper was. It's like fish and chips, but like a fast food joint.
Okay.
A fast food joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fish and chips place, but yeah, I like Ireland. It's a nice place. Nice people.
I feel so uncultured, but...
Yeah. I also love the accent sometimes. You know? I told you 33 times on a Thursday. I know that's not the proper Irish accent.
I think your accent's better than mine.
Oh, thanks a lot. To be sure. Imagine I was in full headgear, just walking around like in Kendora, just be like, Kona Satatu, how are you? They're like, what is he AI? What's he saying? Like,
if you came in with the Irish, I think people would be super impressed.
Yeah.
I hope you would be welcomed.
Yeah, no, I've been to Ireland. It's beautiful. Beautiful country. Love it. The weather, too cold, but it reminds me a bit of New Zealand, I would say, yeah.
But we don't have the same, like New Zealand gets the winter. We don't have like the really cold, we just have rain.
Yeah.
364 days a year.
Look, the Irish people love them. They're really nice people, and like they're very, like I'm glad, you know what's interesting though, I will tell you, I'm glad they're inspiring the youth and teaching the youth, but I've yet to see kids come out of school with an Irish accent. Like I've never seen an Arab kid like, Mama, Mama, can I please have some biryani? I'd love to have. They're always like, Miss, what this? What happened? I'm like, 6 years you've been to a private school. Where's your Irish accent, boy?
Thank you. That's so true. Yeah. Sometimes American because they watch a lot of TV, but never Irish.
We all watch the TV. Yeah.
You may have liked me until this point, but we're going to put you on the spot with a game.
Go ahead. I love games.
Okay. We'll play 2, I think.
Yeah.
Masa's like, I just want my Labubu.
I wish I could have one.
Masa's ready to run. So it's called Firsts with Abs Ali. So we're going to say, we're going to say a topic, and you have to tell us what your first was.
Okay.
And then we'll jump in.
We'll give some answers.
Okay.
First comedy show.
AUD 2007. Yeah. For me or for you guys? I don't know. I was like, I just answered. When's your first comedy show?
You know?
Tomorrow.
2007, I was in uni, and that was the time that I started going to stand-up in Dublin, and I would go to small, little, tiny venues, and it was their first time stand-ups, and they were so good.
We didn't even have tiny venues, you lucky Irish people, I tell you. I was just entering uni at that time. So I did the show, and then like a couple of weeks later, I had to fly to New Zealand. So I was like, okay, we'll put this dream on hold. But I hope to see your first comedy shows soon, ladies.
I'm talking about attendance. First paycheck.
First paycheck.
And how much was it?
Wow, this one I remember. 2005, I was doing like a summer internship at the Dubai courts in the Treasury Department. It was like 15. I made like 2,000 dirhams in 2 months, and that was a lot of money for a kid.
Wow, bravo.
Yeah, thank you so much.
At 15.
Yeah, my mom didn't enjoy dropping me to the courts. She's like, I'm on holiday. She was a teacher as well. She's like, I'm on holiday and I have to drop you to make, I'll just give you the money. I'm like, I want to work, so. Yeah.
Good ethic.
First big purchase.
First big purchase, I would say a car. I bought my own car at 20, in Dubai, and the UAE at 26, because I was living abroad. I'm not going to count that one. So I bought a Nissan Altima. what I like to call the Nissan Patrol Mini, because, you know, I want to fit the stereotype. I kept the plastic on the seats until I sold the car.
Wow.
They keep the value.
Seriously?
Yes. The whole car outside, very expensive. You crash it, no problem. But the plastic inside, very important.
What about in the summer? Would that not get super sticky?
It doesn't matter. I want the value. If you ever go to an Arab person's house, they'll put plastic on furniture or like remotes. But not the TV. The most expensive object. That's like you can scratch the TV. It doesn't matter. The couch. No, this is for guests only, and we have to keep plastic on it.
And the remotes have plastic.
Yeah, the remotes have plastic because God forbid you mess up the remote.
I want to know, Massa, what was your first big purchase?
Yeah.
It was shoes.
What shoes?
I bought it.
Louboutins.
No, it was Dior.
Dior. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
What about?
I was I think 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel? Like you achieved something?
So I achieved like in a while, and I bought, this was my biggest purchase. Yeah, at 19.
It's a milestone.
No, it felt so good. Honestly, you can see my eyes sparkle while I'm looking at the shoes. Like, wow.
Do you still have the shoes?
I still have the
Amazing! And it's good you bought it at 19 because I think if you buy something expensive, like I see these kids with Yeezys, I'm like, you're gonna grow out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy this
I
expensive
bought a
thing.
statement piece.
Yeah.
So true.
Buy
Yeah.
something that will fit you for you know. The rest of your
Exactly. I
life.
still wear it till this day. I take good care of it.
Good
because-
investment.
Yeah.
Wait until your feet are grown, top tip of the day, and then buy your fancy shoes.
You heard it from the
Well, I
entrepreneurs.
was proud of myself.
I feel like this is Shark Tank right now. Yeah. What about you? What was your first?
Well, my first big purchase, or I guess I bought a car here.
Okay.
Okay.
When was that?
With my own money. It was 26,000 dirham.
Okay.
It was about 5-6 years ago. It was a Pajero, a two-door Pajero.
Wow.
And
You
then
really embraced the culture with the 4x4.
I loved it.
I love the desert.
And then I lost it in the floods.
Oh no!
Yeah,
No way.
There was a wadi, there was a flash flood, and my
Yeah.
car just.
Wow.
But I had it for like 4 or 5 years, and it never broke down. Pajero is also a top tip if you want a car that just will last forever.
Yeah,
It had like
but-
200,000 miles on it.
Amazing. Yeah, well, you know, the one weakness it had was getting flood. It's like,
What an end, though.
yeah, no, that's quite iconic, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's like Titanic. It's just floating away. You're like, Jack.
That was so funny. Honestly, sorry. I know it was tragic. But
You have a car now, right? Or-
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
new
God.
I upgraded. I
Okay,
have a
great.
Jeep.
Oh, nice.
We've gone way over time. So we have got time for one more.
Okay.
First celebrity or influencer you were ever starstruck by?
Ooh. I would say the Axis of Evil guys, because to me, I watched them live in Dubai when they first toured, and just meeting them, and I'm like, oh, they're like me. I mean, they're in America, but they're Arabs or Middle Eastern, and they're doing comedy. And at that time, they were just kind of starting touring the world. So I'm like, oh, it can be done. It's not just, you know, African Americans or white people or other, you know, people that don't look like me that can do it. So to me, that was an iconic moment for me.
Epic.
Yeah. Epic indeed.
That brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai Show. It's been so lovely chatting to you. I feel like there's like an ASMR quality to your voice. I could just sit here. I don't know.
maybe we should go to one of your shows.
Yeah, please do. I would love it if you guys come.
When is the next show? And also,
Yeah.
anyone watching, how could they find you, follow you, and join the next show?
Tomorrow I have a show at Arabian Ranches at 8 p.m. Arabian Ranches Golf course. I should have really looked this up. It's at 8 p.m.
It's your show, right?
Yeah, you could check. You could check my Instagram, Abs Ali Comedy, so ABZ or ABZ, Ali Comedy, and that's where I post all my upcoming shows and my sketches. But yeah, I'll post about the show tomorrow. Please come. And you guys are invited.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And thank you for joining the show today. You said it's early for you, so we appreciate your time.
No, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Massa.
Thank you, Casey.
And that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show on this Tuesday morning. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.